I wanted to make my first video something that everybody can relate to, and a question that I used to get all the time, and it kind of got on my nerves because it kind of downplays all the work that I put in and how much I sacrificed to be where I'm at now, or how much I sacrificed to change my body. And that is, I can't find the time. I'll never be able to find the time. How do you find the motivation? I have kids, I have school, I have a second job, I have a family. First of all, I don't always have the motivation and I don't always have the time. But if you really want something, you do it and you just make it work. I cannot count how many times I've gone to the gym so tired that I didn't think I could make it through, but I did. Your brain will always quit on you before your body does. Your brain will tell you that you can't do it long before your body will actually fail you. Honestly, for me, those points in time where I don't feel like it, those are the times when I really just have to brush off all my excuses and just go. I know you've heard it and seen it a million times, but nobody ever regrets a workout. Nobody ever regrets getting it done. Nobody ever regrets eating how they're supposed to. After it's all said and done, you're thankful and glad that you did it. So when people say they don't know how they would ever be able to find the time, it really frustrates me. I don't have kids, so that's the first thing people are going to think of and say, but I'm actually a pretty busy person. I have a full-time job. My husband and I shoot wedding videography. I have a coaching business. I prep for shows all the time, which requires hours in the gym per week, sometimes per day. I'm also studying for my personal training certification. The point is, I make time. The gym is a priority to me and is a part of my day and is fit into my schedule every day, just like feeding your kids would be for someone who has kids. That's how important it is to me. So instead of saying I wouldn't be able to find the time, or I don't know how you find the time, just tell yourself that it's not important enough to you. For example, I have a client who is a mom of two, a toddler and a baby. She works full-time. I don't know if she still does, but she did teach night classes. I worked with her for 20 weeks and not one time did she make excuses. Not one time did she tell me that she didn't have time to get to the gym. I take that back. I think her kids and her whole family were sick with the flu one of those weeks. But she still got in. She still did what she was supposed to do. The point is, it's your attitude, it's the kind of person you are, and it's your mindset going in. I'm a doer! I'm a doer! So, funny enough, in my experience, the people who make excuses are the ones who, when compared to that client, have a lot less on their plate. And that's where I've seen and learned over time with working with people that it's not so much as available time as it is your mindset and your outlook on the whole experience. If you really, really want something, you'll do anything it takes to get it.
Get a goal, get a plan, and get up off your ass.
It's the difference in the kind of person and the mentality. So there's a go-getter, someone who wants something, sets a goal, and will do anything that it takes to achieve that goal, and someone who always just sits back and has a pity party for themselves. If you're not happy with your current physique, if you're not happy with anything in your life, don't sit back and complain about it. That does nothing. Get off your butt and go make the change. Your body won't change itself. And in all actuality, it's going to get worse if you don't do anything. I started working out 5 years ago, and when I think about how much I used to eat and how much calories I used to drink in soda, right now I would be a very obese person if I never made the changes that I did. So I think someone comes into wanting to lose weight one of two ways. One, they stepped on the scale, or they finally gotten to a point where they are so disgusted with themselves that they are their own motivation. And two, someone who knows they need to change, but they don't really want to. So in scenario one, you're going to be your own motivation. Go, kick ass. After a few weeks, you're going to start to see changes and you're set. But for scenario two, which is surprisingly a lot of my clients, because you'd think taking the initiative to contact me would mean that there's someone who really wants to make the change, but a lot of times I get clients who contact me and then they make the excuses. So what I tell my clients is the first few weeks are gonna suck. And there's really nothing you could do about it other than just stick with it. You're gonna keep wanting to quit. You're gonna keep asking yourself, what is this for? Because the first few weeks you won't see many changes, if any at all. But after a few weeks and you get in the groove and you finally start to see changes in your own body, that is motivation. I cannot express enough how seeing your own progress is such a huge motivator. It's like you could tell yourself you want this change all you want, but once you get in there and a few weeks have gone by and you see your own body changing, you just crave more. You want to keep going. You want to see how far you can push your body and how much you can change. And then also, as far as finding motivation, for me, my motivation is also not being where I want to be. Even myself, who's been working out hard for 5 years, I'm not where I want to be. That's the best part about this. You're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly reaching for higher goals. It's not like you just work out and get the body that you want and you're done.
That's why when these roids kick into this chocolate mass, baby.
It's a constant battle, and I always want to push myself further to see where I can take myself the next time. There's different phases. Building more muscle, losing fat, reverse dieting, and seeing how high I can get my calories. There's so much you can do with your physique and your metabolism, and it's just so fun to me. There's always room for improvement, and that's the fun part. And for those of you who haven't started this journey yet, this lifestyle yet, and you're thinking, that can't be me, I don't have the motivation like that, ask yourself, why not? What is sitting on the couch and doing nothing doing for you? Nothing.
Don't be a don'ter. Do be a doer.
And that just goes back to it not being a priority. If you want this, but you're not doing anything about it, it's not a priority. And that's fine if it's not a priority to you right now, but don't be the kind of person that sits back and wishes for it instead of doing something for it. If you don't want that right now, that's fine, but don't say that you wish you could have a body like her, or you wish you could be as skinny as her. Ooh, I hate that word, but don't say things like that if you're not gonna do something about it.
I'm a doer.
Be a go-getter.
I'm a doer!
Nothing bothers me more than people who want everything handed to them. If you want something, set a goal and do it. Also, doing this might change you in that way. Maybe you are someone who makes excuses, and setting this kind of goal and achieving it and then continuing on, it really changes you. I used to be the biggest lazy procrastinator, excuse maker that there was. Seriously. I complained about my weight, I hid my body, I hid in hoodies, and I did nothing about it other than continue to eat my feelings. Until I had finally had enough and I stepped on the scale in 2010 and I was disgusted with myself. So I went to the gym the next day, fixed my diet, never looked back. I have not stopped going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week since December of 2010. And that's why I always tell people that it changed me, because it really did. As cheesy as it sounds, it changed my life. It really is a personal journey, and I definitely found myself and the kind of person that I want to be along the way. It made me a go-getter. It made me love it. I found my passion in life. This may sound harsh, but find motivation in this. What you've been doing up until this point is not working. So if what you're doing is not working, the only way to change that is to do something. Do something different. Make a change. Something I heard a while back is talk to yourself instead of listening. And this got me through a lot of cardio sessions in my first prep a couple of years ago. I would sit in the parking lot and tell myself there's no way I can do this cardio. I'm going to die. But I just went and did it and just kept going and finished. And those are the times where you're so proud of yourself. I had never been proud of myself until then. And anyways, like I said, I always tell my clients it won't be fun. You'll be asking yourself, why are you putting yourself through this? But just do it. Stick with it, do it. Be miserable for a few weeks if you have to, because it will all be worth it. It will click, I promise. Like I said, seeing your body change is the biggest motivator. Don't always rely on your weight. Also, seeing your waist size go down, your pants get bigger, noticing your clothes are fitting different, that is the biggest motivation ever. And it makes you hungry for more. It makes you want to keep going. So sometimes you just have to brush all the excuses aside, be an adult, and just do it. What is stopping you? Nothing. Yourself. Get in there and just do it. It's gonna suck for a while, but I promise you'll thank yourself later.